Good morning, folks. How are you? Hope you're well. Welcome to Sunday. It's the 14th of June. That tractor stopped. I am just getting on the road to head up to a good friend of mine, friends of mine's house, Steve and Laura's. They live out the other side of Bedford, on Milton Keynes, and we're going to head out for a ride, have a little interview with Laura, because she has a really interesting, or I feel anyway, interesting history when it comes to motorbikes. Even though she's only been riding maybe a little, about 18 months, something like that, maybe a little under that, I don't know, not sure. I think it's March, last it's June, so you do the maths. Yeah, and this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, not just the interview with Laura, but interviews in general. When I first started social media, the idea was that I would do something, or try to do something a little bit different than all the other moto vloggers out there. Because when I was looking at YouTube and other Instagram and other social media, what I noticed on the whole, and this is not a slight against anybody else, but it was always about some ride there, or we're going to do that, and then there was very little information about actually life as a biker, especially the needs and people's history and why they ride and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of open a window to that world for people to view in if you're not familiar with the biking world. So that's what I was originally trying to do. Sorry, green light. Pay attention for a second. Yeah, so my aim is to open a window to the world, you know, show it for what it really is, in a good light, you know, and any kind of thing. This morning, I haven't quite done that, I'm not going to lie. Most of my long form videos have been a bit hit and miss, mostly miss. My first video, where I was at Ladies' Day on Your Bike back in March, did really well. And I'm not sure if it's because of the interviews or the format or anything like that. So this is what I'm going to try now. So hopefully get some really decent bike footage, ride footage with Laura and her absolutely spot on ZX10RR Kawasaki. I won't spoil it. It's a beautiful bike. And then a little interview, you know, a couple of minutes long, talking about her and her biking history and talking about the bike as well. Then some photos, little photo shoot for her, and then another ride probably, because I think we're going to the Velocity Club afterwards. And that's it. So join me. Laura's interview. This will be good. I'm looking forward to it. Hello folks, voiceover Russ here, just coming on to say unfortunately my microphone didn't work for this ride here. We've just not long left Laura and Steve's house, and we're heading over to the location that we're going to use for our interview. And as you can tell, my microphone in my helmet is not working, and as you would have heard from the other footage, it's not great anyway. Definitely something I need to work on. And it's a shame that you can't hear what I'm saying, because oh, sexy transition there. Anyway, it's a shame that you can't hear what I'm saying, because clearly I would have had something very interesting and absolutely awesome to talk about. But anyway, enjoy this ride, enjoy me trying to keep up with Laura and failing. and hopefully I can get all this microphone malarkey sorted at some point soon. Good morning, everybody. As you would have seen on my intro on the way here, I'm here to interview one of my best friends, Laura, and have a chat with her about her biking history, why she wants to do biking, and her two beautiful bikes. So Laura, you have been riding, it's a little bit under 18 months now, isn't it?
Yeah, so I first did my CBT in November 2024. I had like a little midlife crisis, I think. And I said to my husband, you know what, let's get our motorbike licenses. And he went, really? And I went, yeah, let's do it. So that same afternoon, I went online and I booked my CBT with Learn to Ride in Milton Keynes.
Nice.
2 weeks later, we turned up, did our CBT. I was so nervous. I'd sat on a bike before, didn't have any clue what the controls did. So I normally ride a racing bike, road bike, and obviously from a stable perspective, that was fine. But I couldn't pull away when I started. It was quite embarrassing, really. But luckily the guys at Learn to Ride were really, really good. Steve, my husband, he went off to the main pads, and I spent some extra time in the car park practicing my pull away. At this point, my confidence was a little bit knocked, and I was like, oh my God, am I ever going to get through this? But Matt, he was really good, like keep going. And within 20 minutes, I was up on the pad with the other two guys who were doing their CBT. So that was great. So we spent the day doing figures of 8, braking, and then the afternoon we went out on the roads. And I passed, which was great.
Nice one.
And then straight away I said, I want to do my DAS. So at that point I got a Ninja 125. So a Ninja's always been my dream bike. Ever since I was a little girl I wanted to ride a bike, and the Ninja's always been what I wanted. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to start with a Ninja 125. She was 2024 plate. She was great, but she got stuck at like just over 70 miles an hour. Bless her.
Yeah.
So I could not wait to get on a big bike. So I did about 3 or 4 months on the Ninja 125 over the winter period. Went out in the rain and the cold, and I was really getting into it, really enjoying it. And then I did my DAS in March 2025, again with Learn to Ride in Milton Keynes. This time I did my DAS with Will, and Guy was there as well. And again, I had great sessions, great fun, and actually I'm still friends with those guys now at Learn to Ride, which is fantastic, and where I met you.
So you said you had a midlife crisis, but you told me in the past that you've got a bit of a sad story regarding biking.
Yeah, so back in, I think it was 2014, my brother's best friend, he had a Honda CBR and unfortunately had a fatal accident on the A1 at Hatfield Tunnel. And it kind of, I always wanted to bike, I loved his bike, I've sat on his bike. I've actually got photos of me on his bike. And obviously when he passed, I was like, oh my God, this is really scary shit. do I really want to do this? And I thought, actually, it was his dream, he loved riding his bike, so I know what, he'd be really happy that I was riding the bike. So yeah, even though I've had a friend who died in a serious accident, it doesn't put me off. When I go through Hatfield Tunnel, I always think of him and think, do you know what?
Yeah.
he this was his last space, and actually it's really great fun. I can see why he enjoyed it, but unfortunately he had a bad accident.
I mean, it says a lot that you still went ahead considering that, because a lot of people, there's so many people out there that are so put off by even the slightest thought of anybody getting hurt. So I think it says a lot about the bravery of you being a rider and stuff like that. Thank you for sharing that. Should we talk about your bikes?
Yeah.
First of all, why Kawasaki all the time?
Kawasaki, as I said, when I was a little girl, I really, really loved the old style green Ninja. I do love the green Ninja, but as I've grown up, I've kind of thought, oh, do you know what, it's maybe too green. Maybe I'm too old for all green. It's a bit garish. So I had the Ninja 125, that was my first bike, and then I went straight on after my DAS to have the Ninja ZX6R 636, which was a fantastic bike. And again, I've stuck with the Ninja theme. After I'd had my license a year, I upgraded to the Ninja ZX10RR 40th anniversary edition, and the colour set of the current bike I've got is just me all over. My favourite colour is purple, and with the pink in it as well, and the paintwork they've done on it is absolutely amazing. Yeah,
and that's the bike, just that one that you can see over there, which we'll talk about a bit more in a minute. But you've also got your Z900 RS. So you've got a hugely powerful, not really meant for the road, but it is a road bike.
Yeah.
Because the RR is race ready, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is, having known you now, a very Laura bike.
Yeah.
And then you've got, I'm not saying sensible because it's still quite a beast, but you've got a, how do I say this? Yeah, a bit more sensible of a bike.
Yeah.
A bit more of a road bike as well.
So actually, so when you ride the two different bikes, they ride very differently. A ZX10RR, obviously it's rapid, it's 214 brake horsepower. Quick manoeuvres, it's a bit harder. So if you try to do a U-turn on it, you have to take a few attempts, maybe feet down to get your balance.
Yeah.
It doesn't do it very easily. I rode my husband's Z900. He's also got a Z900, and I got on it and I loved it. It was so light, you could throw it around, you turn around a corner, whereas with the ZX10RR you have to sort of lean around the corner. It's a lot better on the balance. I just thought I'd get like a little fun toy. And I know the ZX10RR is a fun toy, but they're very different fun toys. Yeah, no, so that's pretty cool. And the two bike garage is obviously the dream, or well, the multiple bike garage. We don't have to stop at two. We talked about, you've got this bike here, which is very much your personality, and this one here, which is a bit more, should we say, calmer. But then we've got this helmet as well, which I'm just going to bring it slightly closer to the camera. It's wonderful HJC, isn't it? HJC, yeah.
Goblin helmet. So tell me why, because I know you as a very sensible boss lady.
Yeah.
But I also know you as Laura, my biking mate. So why this helmet?
So this helmet, when I saw it, I thought it's just me. So I have quite a high-level role in finance, and where I'm quite serious and straight. And then I thought actually the Goblin goes well with the biking because it's a bit more mischievous. And I think one of the traits of a Goblin is being mischievous. So this is my mischievous personality in a helmet.
I can't think of anything else to say to that. So we talked about the two bikes that you've got, and that your husband Steve, who's hiding just off camera over there on a child swing, is he alive?
No, I think he's
he is. He's alive. He also has two bikes.
Yes. So his dream bike was always the Harley Davidson Sportster 883 Iron. So when he passed his DAS, that is what he had to have. So he's got that bike, which is a cruiser. It's very, very noisy. It's got the Vamson Hines exhaust on it, and he absolutely loves it. But he wanted something a little bit more sporty. So at the end of last year, we brought a green Kawasaki Z900, exactly the same as my red one, but in the green colour set, still 2025 model. So we've now both got the Kawasaki Z900s, and we've both got our special bikes, which mine's the ZX10RR and his is the Harley.
Excellent, that's awesome. I would say, we'll show you Steve, but he doesn't want to be on the picture, so on the video. So we'll stick some pictures on of his bikes, so you can see that. We talked about Learn to Ride. I learnt there as well with a chap called Will. He did all my training from CBT all the way up to DAS. A guy helped out a little bit as well. Anybody who lives in the Milton Keynes area, if you want to get your bike license, have a look online. You get your Google machine out and look for Learn to Ride, because they are excellent and they will definitely get you through, and they'll get you through properly. They won't just train you to pass you, they'll actually train you to be safe on the road, which is what you want.
And for the ladies as well, they're really,
yes,
really great guys. So I did my CBT and DAS there, and they were fantastic. I've been back, well, we've all been back a couple of times. We tenderly hang around there, and there's always plenty of ladies going through who are really happy with it. So if you live in Milton Keynes or in the local area, definitely go to them. They are excellent. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was Toxic Throttle as well. I've mentioned it a few times on previous videos. That's the kind of motorbike Facebook group we're part of. Steve, who is swinging on the swing, is one of the kind of admins for it, I suppose is the best word. And we've got our friend Matt, who also trained Laura on how to do CBTs. He runs it as well. We're a really friendly motorbike group in Milton Keynes. We do some meets a couple of times a month. So if you're in Milton Keynes and you want to ride with some people, definitely give us a shout on Facebook and join us. But thank you very much, Laura. We're going to go and get some breakfast now because I'm hungry, and then kind of get some photos and some other bits and pieces. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I'm going to have to read this because it's a lot of information and I'm not actually 100% sure what it says. So in 1990, Kawasaki created the ZX R7 and the ZX7 race bikes. They were in a specific livery, whatever you want to call it. And since then, they've obviously been quite a popular bike. And recently, they've released this beautiful beast here, the current version of it, which is the ZX10RR in the same livery as the 1990 version. This is Laura's bike, and it is, as you can see, an absolute beauty. I'm not going to lie, it scares me a little bit. We were at a bike meet the other night and she asked me to move it for her because she's a princess. She's just there. And I was terrified about breaking it. So this is an absolute beaut of a bike. I've taken some pictures of her at a previous meet, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. So if you can get hold of one, I would suggest it. Laura likes it anyway.
Okay. Just close that so you can actually hear me properly. So we've finished the interview and a little bit of a photo shoot and some of the ride out footage. Now we're heading down to the, I said earlier, it's the Veloce, well, I've just been informed I've been calling it the wrong thing this whole time. It's the Veloce Club. Veloce Club? I don't know. We're going to head down the A1 now. We've just left Amici's Cafe. Got a couple of friends, so Steve at the very front on his Harley, and then we've got Mindy on his Ducati, and then obviously Laura here on the ZX10RR. We're going to try and get some nice motorway footage, or dual carriageway I suppose it is, and go from there. That just changed up to third, I don't need to. Look at that bike, ain't it gorgeous? going to be wondering where I was then. Was a cyclist on the dual carriage way. What a lunatic. I'm in the wrong gear to catch her up. Views. Look at that view. Nice. Oh, hello. Woo-hoo-hoo! Like on a roller coaster. Love that. Ooh, loads of bikes. Nice. Ah, mine too. You like this?
Right, that's it, folks. Just left the Veloce Club, as I keep being reminding it called, not Velocity. Yeah, I'm in Hitchin right now. I think jaunt home. It's about 45 minutes, yeah, 25, 26 miles, something like that. And yeah, that was a good morning, slightly into the afternoon out. Actually, got some great footage on the A1, which way that's closed. Can't go that way, road's closed. Let's go up this way then. That was a surprise, to say the least. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, so great footage from the A1. Got some really good shots there, and really good shots on the diverted traffic. I'm going to go right here then. Yeah, some really good photos. I've got some good interview footage, so I'm hoping we should end up with where are you going? Right, thanks. I should end up with a decent amount of material to use. Sorry, this is a bit disjointed because
I don't actually know where I'm going without my sat nav, and that road was closed and it didn't say, so I'm trying to figure out how to get out of Hitchin and home. I think it's up here and then right. Yeah, Bedford Road, that's about right, I believe. I don't really want to go on the motorway. So 45, yeah, 40 minutes home. And then I can spend the afternoon whatever needs to be done. I know where I am. Right here.